Okay, so number 9 for scientific notation, we are going to take 4 times 7, which gives us 28. And then we're going to multiply our bases together. So 10 to the third times 10 to the negative 9. We are going to add those exponents. So this is going to be times 10 to the negative 6th power. However, this 28 is not in scientific notation, so we're going to use that acronym LARS. And if I want to move my decimal place to the left 1, I'm going to add 1 to my exponent. So this is going to become 2.8 times 10 to the negative 5th power. Okay, looking at number 10, we are dividing. So we're going to take 24 divided by 6, which gives us 4. And then we're going to do 10 to the 5th divided by 10 to the 9th. So we're going to subtract those exponents. So times 10 to the negative 4th power. And we're done. That number's in scientific notation. Okay? When we are multiplying, we multiply these two numbers together. That's going to give us 63. And then I'm going to multiply these two numbers together, which means we are going to add those exponents to give us negative 14. However, this number is not in scientific notation. Neither is letter B. So we can cross that one out. And I know, using my acronym LARS, if I am moving to the left 1, I'm going to add 1 to my exponent. So negative 14 plus 1 would be negative 13. So your final answer would look like this, which is in fact letter A. Okay. Number 12, to find area, we are going to multiply. So area means we're taking s to the third, t to the second, times s to the sixth, t. So when we multiply, we add the exponents together. So multiply these two together will give us s to the 9th. And then I have t to the second and t to the first power, which gives me t to the 3rd power. Number 13, when I find the area, I'm multiplying those two side lengths together. So this is the problem that you are solving here, which means I multiply these outside numbers together, which gives me 45. And then I'm adding my exponents together to give us x to the 12th. Number 14, what is the value of 3x to the negative 3rd, y to the negative 2nd? For x to equal 3 and y to equal negative 1. Well, before we plug any of those values in, let's simplify this expression. So I want to get rid of the negative exponents. So both of these are going to go down below. So I'm going to have 3 divided by x to the negative 3rd, y to the, positive 2nd, and I am getting rid of this negative 3. Should be a positive 3 there. Okay, so now I'm going to plug in these values in parentheses. I'm plugging in 3 for x, and I'm plugging in negative 1 for y. So we can either plug this in the calculator very, very carefully, or we can simplify it following order of operations. So 3 to the 3rd power would give me 27. Negative 1 squared would give me 1. So this gives me 3 divided by 27, which equals 1 divided by 9. So that is your final answer. This one's really hard on the test, so make sure you're going real careful with it and taking your time. Okay. Number 15, a little bit of a word problem here. Astronomers measure large distances in light years. 1 light year is the distance that Earth can travel in 1 year, or approximately 5.8 times 10 to the 12th miles. Suppose a star is 9.8 times 10 to the 1st light years away from Earth. In scientific notation, how many miles is it? So since this is 1 light year away, and we have this many light years, we need to multiply these things together. So you're trying to solve this problem right here. Times 10 to the 12th, and then 9.8 times 10 to the 1st. Okay, so I'm going to take 5.88 times 9.8 and plug that in your calculator. And that will give me 57.624. And then I'm going to add my exponents together, so that's going to give me times 10 to the 13th power. However, this first number is not in scientific notation, so I need to move my decimal place to the left one, which means I need to add 1 to that exponent. So 5.7624 times 10 to the 14th power. Looking at my options here, my best answer would be letter B, even though they don't have that 2/4. That's the closest answer for that one. Hope that helps. If you have any more questions, please come see me.